What's going on, guys? TheBarberPhil here, bringing you another haircut tutorial. As many of you may know, MLB and baseball is back up and running, which around here in Kentucky and our parts also means youth sports are back up and running. So my next cut, we got a kid's Mohawk. He wanted designs. He actually wanted a baseball on the side. Baseballs I didn't really think was going to turn out. So what we did was we did drop lines and we did the hash marks similar to laces on a baseball. Come to find out, I watched a video of a highlight of his game that night. Hit his first home run, so I credit it all to the haircut. Probably wasn't it, but let's get right to this haircut. So like I said in the intro, guys, we're going with the Mohawk today, similar to a lot of the MLB players. He just got T-ball going again, so he was really excited to have the designs on the side and you know, an MLB style haircut. Similar, he mentioned Bryce Harper, so that's what we're going with. We're starting things off with the gold Babyliss FX trimmer. I'm using the bottom of his C-cup in the front as a reference point, and then we're rounding it around his ear, using about the earlobe behind his ear as a reference point behind. That way when we move to the other side, like I always say, what you do to one side, you do to the other side. We'll be able to use those same reference points, keep this haircut consistent, keep the bald section consistent, and the haircut will turn out nice. We're just going to go ahead and bald it all the way out, just tapping it with the shaver, making sure that we're careful with this being a kid. You know, we don't want to irritate the skin too much by being rough with the shaver. Coming in with our open section, this is my Cordless Senior modified with the Andis Master blade, and I also have the ceramic blade on there. I just like the way the ceramic cuts. It seems to be like a softer cut. It also keeps the blades from getting as hot as fast. So I'm doing a 3/4 of an inch or so section there open. I'm going to go ahead and immediately close it up, bump out that bottom line. I'll come in a second with the backed up trimmer, really take out that trimmer line that we originally put in, and then we'll get into the fade from there. So here I have a 2-guard with the Andis purple set open. We're going to flick up into the weight. The weight line is going to be a little bit harsh right now. I am flicking out at the top. He had a lot of product in there, and I don't know if you guys have cut much hair with product still in it. It definitely does make it a little more difficult. Sometimes it's nice because you can pre-see the shape that you're going for if you style it, but it also does cause complications as far as the way it gives off you know, that harsh line there. But anyways, I came in here. This is the open 1-guard. I'm knocking out just below that 2-guard open section. And then we'll come in, we closed it up, knock out the line just below that, and then we'll meet it all together with the 0-guard. And then we'll work on that weight line around the perimeter there in just a second.
AngelLaCiencia.
So on this particular cut, I went ahead and pulled out my cordless magic clip. I have the crunch blade on there, and I have an open 2-guard here flicking up into the weight, and then I come in just below that with the 1.5. This is the premium guard set, and we're knocking out that little dark area there, and then I'm going to begin to work on, you know, the fade down the neckline there. Real quick here, I pulled out a 1-guard, closed it up, and I'm at the back here. I'm just using the very corner of the blade, hitting the dark spot in the back rounded area, and then I open it up top, blend it up into the 1.5, and then we're going to get right into taking the blending shears, using the comb straight up and off the hair, extending that hair away from the head, clipping just the ends. It's going to allow it to lay a little bit softer, combing it back down into place, making sure that we like the way it looks. And then once I get back to the back here, I switch over to my I believe it's the 13T, so it's going to have a little bit more of like a point cut style look to it. It's going to also help me remove a little bit more bulk in this back area, and then allow for a lot of texture, because that's how he wears it. He puts some product in it and just really messes it up and wears it spiky. So that's what I'm using right here, is the 13T, and we're really just adding a lot of texture, but also removing a little bit of length and removing a little bit of weight. So I went ahead and knocked out his vertical bar and his C cup there. This is going to give me something to use as a reference whenever I do the design here. We're going to kind of keep it right in the middle of the fade there, and we're going to use the shape of the Mohawk as kind of our guide as to where to drop it. I'll come in after doing this side, we'll go to the other side, knock the fade out, put the design in, and then I'll do the notches given the baseball laces appearance in just a minute.
AngelLaCiencia.
I sped this side up a little bit, guys, but what you do to one side, you do to the other side. Use the same reference points, use the same guards, use the same steps, and keeping this thing consistent. Trimmer at the bottom, open section, close it up, bump that line out. If you need to come in with a back trimmer to bump out the original bald line you sit in, do that. Open 2 up through the weight, close it up just below that, kind of work your way down. Open 1 guard just below that, close it up. Open 0 guard just below that, close it up. Promise you guys, if you stay within your parameters there and you watch what you're doing, you can see that fade really come together as you come back down through there. After that 0 guard, if you need to come back in again with the open no guard, just open the lever up, use the corners, hit dark spots. Like I did on the other side, I did end up coming back in with the wall premium 1.5, bumped out a line or 2, and it turned out good, and we'll get into the design after that. Real quick, if you guys have been enjoying the channel, please take a second after the video is over with, especially if you make it all the way through this 11 to 12 minute video. Hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, that way you get an update every time I post a new video. I've been consistent at doing every Sunday and every Wednesday. I'm going to keep that going for as long as I possibly can. You guys keep showing me the love, I'm going to keep putting out the content. Hit the like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you'd like to see, and we'll get on it as best we can. So to make sure we did this design justice, you could tell that I moved to the front of him, made sure that I could get a clear view of where that design started on the left side of his head. Made sure I started at the same place on this right side, keeping the arch the same as best that I possibly can. I'm not perfect, but I tried doing my best. I put in 4 notches here on both sides, trying to keep those the same. This is supposed to emulate baseball laces. He at first asked for an actual baseball on both sides, and then potentially like his number in the baseball. I'm not the biggest design person, never have claimed to be. I don't mind to get better at them. I will work on them. I don't get a lot of requests for crazy designs, any logos and stuff like that. A lot of freestyle stuff is more or less what I'm more comfortable doing, but I'm into perfecting my craft as best I can, so I'll do what I can to get better and go from here. So like I mentioned, he did have product in his hair, which made these weight lines seem a lot more pronounced than what I really think that they were. But we came in with the 13T, once again, combed it down, extending it, over directing it like past the line itself. Ran the comb up through there, straight up and off the head, clipping just the ends. It's going to soften this up, allow this blend to lay a little bit better. And then here I'm going to wet it, use the 13T up through the back here, because he's really going to put product in it and mess it up, make it real textured look. And I think from this angle here, I think the design turned out really nice. Fade turned out nice. Fades always look weird whenever you got the hair wet, but I do think it turned out nice here, especially where the arch ended up being. So he didn't want much length off, so I continued with the 13T, starting in the bangs just like I do anytime I cut shears on top. work my way back through there, just clip the top, you know, half an inch or so with the 13Ts. It's going to take some length off. It's also going to thin it out a little bit, and it's also going to add a lot of texture because the 13T is designed to kind of give off a point cut type appearance. So when he puts product in this and really messes it up, it's going to give off the look that he's really going for, that Mohawk, messy, you know, MLB style haircut. So I added a little bit of sea salt spray since he did already have product in it. We're just blow drying it, making sure that we get the hair dry and we can see exactly what the fade looks like. Here I'm just pinching the back, making sure that we get that Mohawk textured style that he's going for. Pull the front up a little bit. So this is what my man looked like when he came in. Said he wanted to have an MLB style Mohawk cut, so we looked up a few pictures, decided on a Bryce Harper picture, threw in a design. I think the fade and the design turned out nice. We hit it out of the park, no pun intended. He ended up hitting his first home run that night at a baseball game. I credit that all to the haircut. But as always, guys, like it if you like it, dislike it if you didn't like it. Hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Leave me some feedback in the comment section if there's haircuts you want to see in the future. I'll try my best to get on that. Until next time, guys, I appreciate it.